Hi, I am Scott's Odyssey, and I'm here to tell you about the displacement of all the families before they filled the second part of the big lake. The Simpson family had the Raystown Dam, and there was a lake behind it, and people were visiting that all the time. Along came the Army Corps of Engineers, and under the guise of Safe Harbor Act and flood mitigation, decided that they had a better plan. And what they ended up doing was displacing a large number of people through essentially eminent domain. The event of moving these residents was very traumatic to them. I've spoken with a few of them who are still around and some that have actually passed on now. And the stories are similar, where they state their voices were not heard at the county, or more so, they were likely heard, but they were ignored. And then the Army Corps of Engineers came in with a plan. The plan was to essentially give equal property asset to each owned home, give the residents a comparable home on their new property, or enough money to build a home on their new property, or move the actual home to the new property if it was possible. And that's the good part of the story. There's a darker side to that story, though, that people like to ignore. The parts where if you were a resident and you didn't accept the original plan, your home, or as it's stated in the records, even though the pictures show you houses, they call them cabins. And now your cabin was condemned through easement and eminent domain. One of the Simpsons buildings, their actual cabin, was condemned by the Army Corps of Engineers, who stated it wouldn't survive the move. So the Simpsons actually took it upon themselves to load it up on the back of a truck and moved it to one of their other properties 30 miles away on the top of a mountain. The rest of the homes that remained in the valley after this were just razed and the rubble was removed. Then there are the cemeteries, which were all claimed to be moved. H alone had 407 graves, and there are a good number of other cemeteries that we know of that are under the water. And to this day, there are at least 3 other cemeteries that sit right on the edge of the waterline. I've lived in the area for cumulatively 20 years. This is the only place in the world that I've ever lived where there are 4 seasons, and they're perfectly separated 3 months each. You could set your watch by it. It's just something new every 3 months. It's quiet, it's slow, not the people, but the lifestyle is slow. And when I wake up in the morning, I make a decision, am I going to work or am I going fishing?